Alex being with LowKick MMA. I'm here with Alex Caceres, who returns to action on June 3rd. Alex, how are you?
Doing good.
Awesome. Awesome. 23 days away. How are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Awesome. Awesome. Before we get to your fight, I have a very important question. How long does it usually take to pick out your hair?
I don't really take any time really to do it. I just finger comb through it, I guess. But usually it stays pretty well.
Awesome. Awesome. So I've only wanted to know, what do you do between fights other than, obviously training, especially just because you've said several times that like you don't watch fight and you kind of remove yourself.
Well, I don't necessarily remove myself. I just don't have interest in sports. I don't watch television or sports too much. So I just basically do whatever, I feel like what everybody else does. Get on with it. Try to make a living. I work out more often than the next person, I guess. But other than that, yeah, just hanging out, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Awesome. All right. Well, let's just get right to it, dude. You're fighting Daniel Pineda. Did you know who he was when he was offered to you?
No, no. Like I said, I don't watch the sport too much, so um, yeah, I had to look them up when they give me the name, and then I usually look at some of their fights and see their records and stuff like that.
Now that you've had some time to obviously do that, what do you think of the matchup?
I think it's a good matchup. It's going to be a good fight. He's a tough opponent. Everybody's dangerous, and so just looking forward to the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, on paper, it's a very, very fun fight. Both of you guys come forward. Both of you guys are, I would say, really true mixed martial arts, man. You guys have both been in the game for a long time, veterans. Um, are you excited for? I guess I don't know how to explain it. But like, are you just excited that it's going to be a very, I don't know, violent fight? Like, I don't know, like, would you call it that?
Well, I don't like to make any type of predictions on what the fight's going to be like. There's so many ways that the fight could go. I mean, there's so many mistakes that can happen. There's so many accidents that can happen, and then so many things that can go your way and versus your way. So, I think that's you know, just a spaz train of thought to have. I mean, it'll just drive you nuts just to think about all of those things all at once. So. I just like to keep it as we're gonna go in there and we're gonna fight. I don't see it as being one way or the other. I don't see my style as being a boring style, so I don't think it's gonna be unentertaining for that matter. And like you said, he likes to come forward and likes to fight, so it should match up to be a good, exciting matchup. I mean, that's the best prediction I could give you.
Gotcha, gotcha. I've asked you a couple times, but you don't really seem to be too concerned about the rankings, but you are defending your ranking. Does that give you any extra motivation, or is it just another fight?
Um, I mean, there's always a bit of motivation to try and earn more rankings, of course, but this close to the fight, especially, or just getting into it, just thinking about it doesn't. I mean that's one of the least of my concerns. I didn't really think about it till you mentioned it at all, so I'm not. It's hard to think about it. It's just okay. We're gonna get ready for a fight, so I think that's what should be important, not the I guess outcome of it at the moment.
Totally understandable, man. Who have been some of your main training partners? The same crew?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. And then this is your seventh fight in a row at the Apex. You are you're 5-1 in the Apex. Have you kind of just grown to like fighting in that small environment, or would you like to get back out in front of fans?
Um, I don't mind. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I mean, the cage is so lit up. I don't really notice anything outside of the happenings of the moments there. So yeah, I of course I would love to travel and love to see different places and um, but no, I really don't think about, how many fans there are out there. At least I don't anymore. I'm not sure if I did ever, but I know I don't now. And I mean, I see the fans, and to me, just the little crowd that they have at the Apex is just the same as if I went to, a big stadium and there were just a whole bunch of people. It was like it seems just as loud. They're just as close. But no, no, I wouldn't. I don't mind. I mean, I would like to fight in the bigger cage.
Hmm.
I like the room to move around in. And I think it ups the ante for high risk maneuvers. Um, but other than that, no, I don't mind it.
I mean, kind of on the same line of thinking, there was a card in Florida like 3 weeks later. Were you hoping to get on that card, or it is what it is?
Yeah, I was trying to. That would have been good. I was trying to get on that card. I was trying to, but it might not have been smart, because I was coming off of an injury and I was trying to heal up as well. So, but it would have been convenient.
Gotcha, gotcha. You are also 3-1 in the month of June. Do you is that anything that you ever think about, or is that the first time you've ever heard me say that?
3-1 in the month of June.
Three and one in the month of June. So you're pretty successful in fighting in the month in the month of June.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I no, I never really thought about that.
No, that's totally understandable. That's kind of like a random stat that I just found out today. So anyway, awesome. Well, Alex, I just wanted to say, you kind of already gave me your prediction, but you don't like to predict fights, but at the end of the day, June 3rd, how do you get your hand raised?
I feel like I have to stay consistent. That's for sure. Um, do what I do best, be slick, stick and move, and just have fun out there. I mean, I just win, I guess. That's how I get my hand raised.
Totally understandable. Alex, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug any sponsors, your social media, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Oh man, thank you for all my team at Zen Ronin. Thank you, Ken Pi Panda, and thank you UFC for.
Make sure to subscribe to the
Sorry about
LowKick
that.
MMA
Having
YouTube
this fight
channel
happen.
for all the latest news, event
Never to get
previews,
up
and
there.
interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.